Mayan Viking here with another game review of a PvPvE looter extraction card game. I'm very excited for this one. It's where one of four players, up to four players, you could play it solo if you'd like, but the more players, the more chaos. The more chaos, the more fun. You got your sword, you got your thief, and they each come with their own card stack. I'll explain that in just a moment. You got your warrior, and the artwork on all of this is super sick. And you have your wizard. Players choose one of those four heroes to bring into the Duelgeon with them. Put your starting rune, as you can see. From here, you can move your player cube to any adjacent card, and that is when you reveal it and see what you have. This is a trap. They could also be monsters, mini bosses, or eventually, when you get into the center, the boss themselves. Moving in and getting this trap, I do have the choice to either draw a common loot or roll and risk it. Roll one of my player die, a d4, and risk it. I do believe I'll just take the common for now, but really what I'm looking for is hopefully a monster. And I'm gonna move straight in because I'm charging in at the boss. Let's see what we get. All right, so the way that we resolve this is we take our two player dice, the 2d4, and we roll. The player takes the higher die, I got a 3 there, and the monster takes the lower, got the 1 there. So I, luckily, only take 1 damage, and we can track that with the heart card here using the other player cube, or if you would like, you could also match on your hero card the heart to heart. And with that, I kill this monster. And what I get to do is draw a common loot, place it in my hand. This goes directly into my vault with the extraction crystal point being saved. And since I'm playing this as a solo game, there are no other players available to affect the roll. If the fighter was with me as well, and they were on an adjacent ruin, they would have been able to possibly play one of their commons, one of their loots from their hand, and affect that roll, either increasing the monster roll or decreasing my roll. But since I'm moving solo, I just get to continue. And that was the second out of 4 rounds in each level, which total are 3. And what I want to do for my third is risk it, move into the boss. And what we do from the boss is not actually fight it, so nobody can affect the roll, and I can't affect it either. It is simply a steal roll. And what I'm doing is trying to steal loot from the monster's horde. All right, so I roll a d4. Anything under a 4, I simply take the damage. So if you're low, not good to risk it. But since I'm not, only 1, so not, I don't get the rare loot, but since I did still go in there and attempt to steal, I take the 1 damage, and I still get to draw a common. Add it to my hand. So that was the 3rd round, but saying it was the 4th, the runes would collapse. And with the runes collapsing, what I do, along with any other players that would be with me, is take the loot that's in my hand, even if it's flipped up and it was used, and we place it into the vault. Our health goes back up to full, and if we used any powers or potions, then that also gets replenished as well. Now, what we can do, even if this was used in the previous round, we can bring as much as we want back in, up to 5. But remember, you can only have 5 in your hand at any time. So it's smart to bring in maybe 1 or 2. And we've recently had somebody win that brought in none at all every round. So that is a valid strategy as well. But pick out something that you think might be helpful. And remember, every time you enter into the dungeon on a new level, you get a loot to go in with. And once those 3 levels have concluded and the runes have completely collapsed, what we do to determine the winner is we collect from our vault all our cards, and the extraction crystal value is added up. The player that has the highest extraction crystal value is the player who's won the Duelgeon. This game is easy to play, easy to pick up, and easy to set up. So if you're looking for some fun to have with your friends, your family, or anybody, then this would be the game for you.